Oh, hey boys and girls. You're probably wondering why I'm digging in my backyard. Well, you see, funny story. I heard a rumor from my dog that there are dinosaur bones back here. I was just so excited that I just grabbed my shovel and I just started digging and, really, I think I actually... A dinosaur bone! I did it! I found a dinosaur... Okay, turns out the dinosaur bone was really just my dog's squeaky toy. That was disappointing. I'll have to go back out there later and find the real dinosaur bones. Maybe I should try my neighbor's yard. Yeah. Oh, first though, we got a super cool lesson today. Today, we're in the book of Ezekiel. Can you guess which testament the book of Ezekiel is in? That's right, the Old Testament. Ezekiel comes after the book of Lamentations and before the book of Daniel. Once you have found the book of Ezekiel, we're going to be in chapter 37. So you're going to be looking for a big number, 37. All right, take a minute and find Ezekiel 37. Today, our lesson is about things that were not alive, but then were brought to life. This is about to get wild. I want us to play a game before we get into our video today. So I need everyone on your feet. Come on, stand up. This game is real simple. I'm going to shout out a word, and if you think the word I shouted out is a living thing, then you got to dance. But if it's not a living thing, then you got to sit perfectly still, like a statue. All right, you ready? Here is our first word. Get ready. Cats. Rocks. Trees. Squirrels. Chairs. People. That was so much fun. I'm out of breath from all that dancing. How many did you get right? That's great. I hope you all had fun playing our game. In our video last week, we left off on not the happiest of endings. The people of Judah had been taken captive. They had lost their homes and they were all so sad. You may remember, all that happened because they wouldn't listen to God or his prophets. But here's the thing. Even though God was not happy that they didn't listen, he never stopped loving them. He had a plan. And God was going to use a guy named Ezekiel to share that plan. Let's watch our video and see what God told Ezekiel.
Hello everyone, it's me, Megan, and I'm Jessie. Hi, what do you have in your hand, Jessie?
Oh, it's gum. Would you like a piece?
Oh, sure, thank you.
Okay, but don't swallow it. Swallowing gum is not good for you.
Got it.
I love this gum so much. It makes my breath smell so good, like strawberries. Wanna smell?
No thanks. I believe you. In today's Bible story, though, God breathed on something.
I wonder what God's breath smells like.
I don't know what God's breath smells like, but I know his breath is powerful. When he breathes on things, they come alive. Listen to our Bible story. Ezekiel was with God's people when they were taken as prisoners to Babylon. God gave Ezekiel a vision. In this vision, God took Ezekiel to a valley. The valley was filled with old, dry bones. Ezekiel walked through the valley. God asked Ezekiel, "Can these bones come to life?" Ezekiel said, "God, only you know if these bones can come to life." God said, "Talk to these bones for me. Say, 'Dry bones, hear what God says. I will give you breath, and you will come to life. I will give you a body. Then you will know that I am God." Ezekiel began talking to the bones. All of a sudden, there was a rattling noise. The bones were moving and coming together like God had said. God said, "Talk to the breath for me. Say, 'This is what God says. Breath, come into these bones. Make them alive.'" Ezekiel talked to the breath, and the breath went into the bones. The bones came to life, and a big army stood up in front of Ezekiel. God said, "My people are like these bones. They think they are dried up. They do not think they have a future. I want you to talk to my people for me." God told Ezekiel what to say to the people of Israel. Say, "I am going to bring my people back to the land of Israel. I will give them life in their own land, and they will know that I am God." Then God told Ezekiel to pick up 2 sticks. The first stick was for the people of Judah, and the second stick was for the people of Israel. Ezekiel held the 2 sticks together in one hand, so they were like one stick. God said he was going to bring Judah and Israel back together. They would not be 2 separate nations anymore. They would be one nation again. God's people were also going to get a new king. This new king would be like a shepherd. God promised that his people would go home to their land and that they would never be taken away again. "I will be with them," God said. "I will be their God, and they will be my people." When we disobey God, we are like the dead bones God showed Ezekiel. But God gave us Jesus to take away our sin. When we turn from sin and trust Jesus, he gives us life so we can be with God forever.
Whoa. That was so cool. They were like not alive, and then God made them alive, and then God breathed them to become even more alive, and just wow. That was super cool. But I bet the people of Israel and Judah were scared. They didn't really know what was happening, and they probably thought God had forgotten about them. There may be times we think that too. But this story shows us that God never forgets about us. He is always working on a plan for our lives. We just need to do our part and trust him. It comes back to that word that we've talked about a lot recently. Faith. We need to have faith that God knows what is best for us. And if we follow him, he will do what is best for us. Parents, Ezekiel 37 is a great chapter to dig in deeper with your kids. Not only does it teach us of God's plan to redeem his people, but it teaches us about how God gives us new life through him. This would be a great lesson to visit with your kids about and just learn some other spiritual truths from this scripture. I hope you all have a wonderful week.